Look who's arrived on the scene right on time. I hope I'm not being too presumptuous, but you know your way around this machine, right? Well, show me I'm not wrong and give it some gas.
Welcome to PlusDive for December 2018, last one of the year.
Give one a little tap.
We're starting off on the PS4 with Onrush,
There's some boost
where you just basically break as many vehicles as possible. We got fodder vehicles, but unfortunately no motor vehicles.
Being at the front of the pack, there isn't a finish line. So get
Anyhow,
that out of your head.
this is an interesting one. The goal is not to finish the game or finish a race. It's just to cause as much mayhem as possible. You can see very simple controls: brake, accelerate, and steer. That's it. But it's a team-based game, mostly 5-on-5, with additional fodder vehicles in there to help keep the boost flowing. I had a lot of fun with this. It's simple but thrilling, and it happens to be available for free this month with your PS Plus subscription.
Are you okay, Simon? I think you're bleeding.
Oh, that's nothing. It's just my brain can't stop bleeding from the accident.
You know, as one does. Next up we have SOMA, which is kind of an environmental puzzle game type of thing. You start out trying to get your brain scanned into a computer where they would then do tests on your simulated brain rather than testing stuff on your actual brain to try to repair some damage. But when they scan you, you go into this kind of like alternate dimension space station thing where something's gone wrong. There doesn't seem to be anybody left here. And you need to try to find your way through the area. There are a couple of jump scares that I ran into in my time playing, which don't tend to get me. I know that might get some people's blood pumping, but personally it felt like it was starting a little too slow. And like I said, the jump scares weren't enough to kind of tide me over on that. Might be fine for other people, just didn't click with me. But if you like this sort of thing, go ahead and give it a try for free this month on the PS4 with your subscription. I had made that joke about 15 seconds before that. Next up, we're moving to the PS3 with Steinsgate, which, hooray, another visual novel. If you're into anime and manga and that kind of thing, this is going to be perfect for you. It does deal with some adult themes, some violence, so just, be aware of that. Every once in a while, you get to actually interact with your character's cell phone. But I wasn't really able to get into the story very much. It seems to be revolving around the sudden crash of a satellite into a building that you were just inside in Akibahara. They also threw this admittedly interesting little fourth wall break in where he's trying to get me to believe that I'm the one on the wrong side of the monitor. All told, not my cup of tea, again, like SOMA, but you might enjoy it. A lot of people love these things, so here's another one that you can poke at for free this month, just on the PS3 though. So keep an eye out for Steinsgate. I had quite a bit more fun with the second PS3 game on today's list. It's called Steredenn. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. Retro-styled side-scrolling shooter. I love my side-scrolling shooters. From what I understand, it's also got some roguelike elements, so it might not rely quite so much on memorization as other side-scrolling shooters. Might be a little bit more randomized. But still, definitely elements of bullet hell, wonderful explosions, satisfying music and sound effects, and at the only time you get to heal is after you've defeated a boss. And then you get to pick a prize and move on to the next level. But yeah, Steredenn is free on the PS3 this month. Moving to the Vita, we have Iconoclasts, which is yet another retro-styled game, but this time in the Metroidvania format. You go around, you've got a basic gun, which kind of does a little bit of a homing maneuver when you're firing towards an enemy. But your main thing that your character is known for is the giant wrench that lets her take care of bolts. The transversal and puzzle solving in this are actually rather satisfying. I had a lot of fun with this, and I think if you've got a little bit of an analytical mind, you might enjoy it as well. Iconoclasts is one of the Vita freebies, but it is available for cross-buy on the PS4 as well this month. The last game on our list is actually fairly well known. This is Papers, Please for the Vita. And you basically play as a border crossing guard in the glorious Republic of Artsatska. And you need to make sure that everybody's paperwork is in order, that they have all of the necessary paperwork. And then you also need to make sure that you're doing this fast enough to make money to, you know, buy food, keep your family warm and housed. That can be cut short by a terrorist attack, but it's really pretty fun. And if you're playing on an actual Vita, honestly, I think this is the best way to play the game. On Steam, you've got a keyboard and mouse, but here you just have to touch things. Papers, Please is available for free on the PS Vita this month. Thanks for closing out 2018's PlusDives with me. Check back next week when we will be moving on to another feature. Hope to see you then.